everyone, welcome back to some more Diddy Kong Racing. I think my mic volume is, wow, it's actually less than usual. Hi, welcome back to some more Diddy Kong Racing. Today we're going to be, I guess, doing a plane challenge starting this out. This isn't how I intended for this to start, but I guess that's how we're doing it. So if you remember in the last episode, we did the trophy races for the good old the beach world, and I was pleasantly surprised by how easy our friend, what is it, Blubber, I still can't remember his name for the life of me. If anyone could tell me the name of the octopus in this game down below, I'd really love to know that, because I genuinely don't know what his name is. But yeah, I haven't recorded Diddy Kong Racing in a couple days, mainly because I prepped up so much footage, like so much recording footage of it, that I just had, like, you know, I had so many days to just go off of just editing it and then thumbnail and then upload, you know. And for some reason I can't make this turn for the life of me. I'm actually getting beat. Wait, this isn't okay. But yeah, so how's everyone's day going? I'm doing pretty good. As of the time that I'm recording this, it's 2 days after the 4th of July, and interestingly enough, I feel like I just slept through half of the 4th of July, which I find kind of strange. Also, I'm gonna have to restart this, aren't I? Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart that. I don't know why I did so bad on that, actually. But yeah, I just did a whole lot of just sleeping. Personally, did a whole lot of sleeping. Taj, I require a challenge, but yeah, that was kind of my, can I just, like, I did also want to tell you guys something exciting that I was thinking about doing as of recent is recently I actually listened back on my album that I dropped 2 months ago. If you guys have not listened to that, my album Grievances, I dropped that back in, like, what is it? I want to say, like, mid-April, maybe? Yeah, I dropped it maybe back in mid-April, and a lot of you guys seem to really like the songs, you know, and, you know, a lot of you guys sent hopeful wishes, you know, I'd continue making music, which is awesome, as I really put my heart and soul into all of that album, and I want to do some more stuff with it, and I don't know exactly what I want to do just yet, but, you know, maybe for all I know, I can make it similar to the style of Grievances, or if I wanted to, I could also just, I was thinking about having something very similar to just an album full of songs like Anger, which if you guys haven't listened to the album, that track was more metal oriented, and that was one of the most, I guess, fan favorites of the album, which was really interesting. It's kind of a mixture between a lot of industrial stuff and just a lot of metal, which that track was a lot of fun to make. I made it in the middle of a stream, which kind of nutty to make a whole metal track in a stream. That's kind of funny to me, but yeah, I just wanted to make some more music with stuff. Again, nothing's in the works as of right now, but I want to kind of work something out with it, gather some ideas for what I want the album to be about and such, because I feel like with any album that I'm going to be releasing, I want every album to have a theme, like a general theme going behind it, because at the time that I made Grievances, which I, keep in mind, I only spent around a month on that album. That album was I believe a 10-track album, 10 if you include the bonus track, so it was maybe 9 if you didn't, but that album was fully dedicated to, you know, losing people, you know, having people in your life pass away and all that, hence the album name, and hence the fact that 5 of the album, like, tracks were about, you know, the 5 stages of grief when someone passes away, or just grief in general. I should probably emphasize that a bit more, but, you know, it was also very centered around quarantine because, you know, COVID. Obviously, there's going to be people passing away from it, and that was kind of the general inspiration behind it. And so, I don't exactly know where I want the, you know, the message, the meaning behind this album that I have upcoming planned going. Like, I don't really know what direction I want it to take, but I'm just really excited for when I can get something started up, because again, for me, once I got so knee deep into making Grievances, I was so passionate about it. You know, the last song that I made on that album was the title track. You know, I did most of the album pretty in order. I started it out kind of out of order. The first song I made on the album was Mortal. I actually made that song before any of the tracks, and it was, I think, months before I made any of the tracks on the album. And then I think the first one that I made with the intentions of going into making a group collective songs, just like an album-based stuff, was Fly. Fly was technically, I guess, the first intentional song that was meant to be part of the album, and then I was like, hey, you know what? Mortal could fit pretty well. You know, it doesn't all have to be this really mellow, chill stuff, hence why Anger ended up forming into something. But yeah, I just want to, like, I want to start making a bunch of, you know, I want to start getting back into music, you know. Ever since I made Grievances, I've kind of been out of the loop with it. Mainly because I've been waiting for the right moment before we can, you know, I guess, how do I word this? You know, before I could find the right moment to find something meaningful that'll really inspire me, you know what I mean? Like, generally speaking, instrument-wise and just music production-wise, you know, I kind of already have some ideas behind that, you know, with a lot of it being about, you know, just, I tend to do pretty well with a lot of mellow, chill piano stuff, and I guess I'll, you know, the main things that you guys probably saw on the album, I'm getting a foot cramp, and I hit my knee when I was adjusting my leg, ow. But yeah, the main things that were on my Grievances album were just a lot of mellow stuff, industrial stuff, and metal stuff. That's kind of a lot of what it was. It was, I really tried to go for sort of a mixture with a lot of it. And so, I you know, if I can, I actually want to really carry over those approaches that I had on the last album into the next album that I make. But of course, you know, for a while I was thinking about focusing a lot on the metal aspect of things. I remember shortly after I made Grievances, that was kind of the approach that I wanted to have for the next album. I very quickly knew I wanted something just metal, something heavy, because, dude, I was so proud of Anger when it came out. You know, and again, knowing that it was kind of a fan favorite on the album was insane. If you guys want to listen to my album, by the way, you can find it here on the YouTube channel. If you go to my main page, it should be like the you know, for returning subscribers thing, it should be the Grievances full audio album stream. However, if you also go to my community tab, I also have a link to the Bandcamp for the album. There's a Bandcamp for the album, which I thought was sick. And so you'll be able to find that there if you so please. And you want to just give it a listen. It's completely free. You know, I made it so that you guys can download all the tracks for free on Bandcamp. Just the high quality downloads, you know, they're FLAC downloads. So whatever you want to do with it is great. And I do emphasize this. If you guys want to use any of the songs off of my album for any purposes, like video game purposes or any animations or just anything you're doing like that, you guys have my full permission with that. I think I mentioned that in a stream during one of the development processes of one of the songs. Why did I just stop? But yeah, I mentioned that during one of the development processes of one of the songs. I don't remember which one it was, but you guys have full permission to use all the songs in any way you want, as long as you're not just blatantly claiming it's your own. Credit would be appreciated, to say the least. But, you know, use it for whatever you please. You know, I'm very encouraging of it, and honestly, to me, it would be quite honored. I have a friend of mine who's actually working on a animated show, and some of the songs from my album are actually making an appearance in there, which is crazy. The main one that I think he said was going to be picking up in there, because I don't know if he said it was just going to be one specific one that was appearing, or if there was more than one that was appearing. I don't remember off the top of my head, but he said Depression, which was one of the songs off the album. That was going to be showing up at some point within it, which Depression, I think, was the most widely just well-received track on the whole album, which is good because Depression was one for me that was one of my personal favorites. For a while, it was my personal favorite until I made the title track. The title track is Grievances. I was so proud of because it's essentially, you know, it's mostly just a really mellow piano track, like a really almost emotional sounding piano track, combined with just a lot of. We combined it with a lot of elements, a lot of different instruments you hear from the other songs on the album, such as like Denial. There was the instrument from Depression in there, you know, a lot of those. And you know, I could go on all day about what I was really proud of with that album, and I'm just so glad it got received so well, and I really do want to continue making music, and I hope you guys would be interested in seeing more music like what I did with Grievances, because I think a lot of the mellow stuff really was a sweet spot for me. There was a period of time where I was thinking about like doing a lot of lo-fi stuff, which a lot of you guys, I think, mid-album, when I was releasing a lot of the more mellow songs like Acceptance and songs like that, a lot of you guys thought this was going to full-on be like a lo-fi album, which wasn't necessarily the turn I had with it. I mean, again, I didn't use any like really lo-fi plugins like isotype vinyls or anything like that, but you know, they all were just really mellow tracks outside of Mortal, Anger, not Depression, Bargaining was, you know, that one was interesting, but yeah, I've just been rambling about my album this whole time, but I always found this dude's voice really funny. He's like, excellent, I now challenge you to a race. I could just imagine the voice actor of this dude. I could just imagine the voice actor of this dude in the studio saying this dude's voice lines, and all you hear, you just see his mouth flapping around a bunch of, I challenge you to a race. Like, can you just imagine his, oh, frick. Could you just imagine his mouth just, like, flapping around with it? Like, dude, that'd be kind of crazy, but I remember this dude being kind of challenging. Wow, okay, yeah, maybe this was that challenge one. You remember I was saying Mr. Angie Octopus Man was going to be the challenging one? Yeah, no, maybe it was this one. Because I've straight up gotten hit by 2 of the fireballs, which is no good. It's your body. Oh, frick, dude, I'm floundering. Wait, hold on. Not only... No, don't hit that. Oh, gosh. Oh, this is so bad. I am absolutely floundering. So, hey, guys, I'm gonna catch up. Don't doubt me, guys. I'm gonna catch up. They call me the master of catching up. I think the second battle with this dude is more or less like he shoots more fireballs out, which, you know, naturally just sounds like a pretty not so bad upgrade to his fight, but like also it kind of is a pretty bad one, you know. It's like, oh god. I think me going out of the way like that actually cost me time, but I could be wrong. Oh, get away from me. Oh, he's like right in my ear. Get out. No, please. Please, for the love of... Okay, there we go. Cool. Got that, and we're good. So, I struggled most of that race, but we got it. That's what matters. We freaking nailed it. I'm also thinking that maybe within this recording... Oh, gosh.
Now try my new challenge. Collect all...
Collect all...